A very painful loss indeed as we close in on level 4. Is it still the same for the road team having the arrow be off inside 20? It felt like it there. It felt like it there, at the very least, is all I can say, Luke. But that's all right. We march and we move. We march and we move. We weren't, even if we won that game, like, we weren't going to be able to be bowl eligible or anything. We do finally get our first recruit of the year. It is quarterback out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, Nate Fucha. Fucha. Nathan. Welcome in, Nathan. Happy to have you here. And we get one of the quarterbacks that we needed. And again, we still have a 3-8 record with 2 conference wins. Like, it's okay. We have Toledo for our final game of the season. And we'll see what happens from there. But we went from 2 wins in Season 1 to 3 wins in Season 2. That's a W, ladies and gentlemen. That is an overall W for this program. No doubt about it. Let's get a couple extra points on some dudes here. I think we needed 2 QBs, 2 quarterbacks. So, see what we got to do there. And of course, we'll definitely be involved in the portal. One more game. It's against old Toledo, who have a 14 overall point advantage. God help me. God help me. Ooh, that don't look good. These don't look that good either. That missed field goal hurts so much. But again, it's my fault. Like, I fucked it up. Like, it's on me. It's on me. At least, again, like, at least if it's a loss and it's your fault, it's like, all right, cool, whatever. You know, I can't be like, the fucking arrow, fuck me. Like, I messed it up. I'm just not good at it. So, like, at least it's a nice feeling to lose in a sports game where you feel like, okay, I lost because of me, as opposed to like, oh, cool, some bullshit happened, you know? Yeah, we'll have to see who else perhaps transfers out. Here we go. One more game this season. Still no bowl eligibility, but who knows if we can start getting maybe even some 3-stars into the program. Who knows what might happen sooner rather than later. We do have a pointless first quarter, but Toledo taking over here in the second, and they are going to carry a 17-0 lead into the second half. Oh, yeah, Toledo's just kicking the dog shit out of us, man. Normally I'd say let's fight to try not to get shut out. At this point, who cares? Our season, unfortunately, ends on a whimper as Toledo hands us our own collective ass. 37-0. To bring the 2-lane season to a close. Shout out to In Lieu of Flowers. 4 years out. Outrageous. Thank you for that. Very, very much appreciated. My goodness, my goodness. I hope you are well tonight. And thank you to you and all of you lovely people that support my face still for some reason. I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll just, you know, we'll just pick up a part-time job and have it cut into the stream schedule. And then we'll see how much people actually don't miss it at all. Because why would you? Anyway. Disappointed that we lost to Toledo. So 3-9. I believe to end our season, right? I mean, it's only week 13, though. Did we have one more game? It's 12 games. I don't think we had 13 games. Yeah, we didn't. 2 bye weeks to end the year. We're done early. All right. Fair enough. Does mean we get to focus on recruitment a little bit over the next couple of weeks, but the season is over with. You get the experience of the calc nerd that played soccer in high school being a kicker, right? We got another quarterback, Ari Clue, out of Arlington, Texas. Didn't miss out on anybody else. We'll have to double check what our status is on QBs here. 1507, Pyro, Sam Besser, Niles, Sergachev. The biggest players at risk of transferring. Of course, we still got another week for other people to finish up their seasons. So let's move Clue to the top of the board. Anybody that we are not currently in first for. We're in first for everybody here. That's good. Do we need another quarterback? No, we did not. So we are good on QBs. So Ezike, sorry, buddy, but you screwed up. First come, first serve. Wheat is also out. So Catcher, the reason why we still need to scout actual quarterbacks, the attribute caps. So they changed it this year. If you remember a lot of last year, I was able to do just ridiculous nonsense, such as moving running backs to the O-line and turning them into amazing tight ends. Stuff like that. You can't do that anymore. So an example is old Wololo here, who was not a natural quarterback. We changed him over to quarterback, and you see those lines. Those are caps that are put in to say he was not a natural in this position. So in his natural spot, his caps might be further to the right and be able to be upgraded more. At quarterback, he's limited. So that is the reason why we are still going to have to try to bring in people in their proper positions and then move them if we have no other choice. It's for reasons like that. Now, the good news is, right, we don't have to upgrade accuracy or power, really. But having the caps on IQ like that limits his carrying and his awareness, which really kind of sucks. Obviously, like, his quickness could still be upgraded, which is great. But some key attributes are still going to be gated that we do want to be able to work on. So, but again, for like the starting roster, it made sense to just move people freaking... Sounds so old. To move people willy-nilly and just put them wherever because we needed to get the base version of the roster set. But, all right, let's see. Who do we need? We technically still need 2 running backs, so we have 8 on the board. We are still going to need some linemen, but there really wasn't that many good options for us. So we still need outside linebackers, a couple of safeties. We got the corners in the mix for that, though. A couple of kickers. Honestly, instead of adding anybody else, let's just go for the points. Let's go for the points here. Oh, we're going after 3 stars. 3 stars aren't going after us. That's why we're on 2 stars right now. There is not a 3-star in the world that gives a shit-talky mushroom about this program. Not a one. So, trust me, I would love to go after 3 stars. But, as you might be able to see on the right here, when you're in Team Builder, you can decide what those grades look like on the right. There is an option that allows you to essentially make everything F tier out of the gates. And, yeah, so that is heavily complicating our ability to recruit people right now as well. Obviously, we can offer playing time. Apparently, we have some level of pro potential, which is crazy to me. But yeah, that is another element that is currently restricting our recruiting abilities, which over time, it's going to improve. But yeah, starting couple of seasons, it's not so great. But, you know, I mean, hey, we went from, what, 2 wins to 3 wins, almost 4. You know, we keep steadily improving. We might be able to get some 3 stars out of the portal this year. That's my hope. We didn't miss out on anybody else. That's good. No changes to the letters there. That brings us to Conference Championship Week, which means we can kind of recap what happened with our team and around the country. We can also debate whether or not we're going to make a coordinator change. Do I genuinely think this game's worth buying? Yes. In terms of a yearly sports game release, this is still probably the best sports game on the market. There are other good games as well. But I do still think this is a really good game. Totally understand someone being on the fence about it because, again, biggest thing about it, there isn't that wholesale, like, oh my god, here's this sick new feature that you need to buy this game because of. But they have improved, or at least worked on, and tried to improve every aspect of this game. From presentation to a lot of smaller things in Dynasty that really add up. They really worked on Road to Glory a lot this year as well, the Be a Pro style mode. So, you know, for me, I mean, I'm still sinking my teeth into like, okay, what's still new about this game, you know? So, I totally understand, though, if someone's like, did they change enough about the game from year to year? I think they did. But also, I'm in a different position where I didn't get this game for free. I did buy it. I could have gotten this game for free, but I didn't want to wait a couple of extra days. I wanted to play it at launch. But again, like, I have the justification of, oh, I get to stream the game, and essentially the game pays for itself, you know? I'm in that different set of circumstances. If I didn't stream this, and it was like, shit, money's a little bit tight, maybe I won't buy this, I would totally get that as well. Would totally get that as well. Give me 1 second here. Out of nowhere, I gotta fill something out. Alright. It's simply 14 to $20 now. Oh yeah, I mean that's one of the good things is yeah, that game is much cheaper now. I should have sold that copy of that game when I had the chance. Actually, I didn't even think I had 14. I had 13 because I didn't want to spend 200 on 14. But all right, let's take a look at how the boys did this season, shall we? So again, technically we had 5 pass attempts. I presume that's the AI doing Hail Marys in the sim, because there are no other passing plays in the playbook aside from the monster, which is technically an RPO. But still, I mean, come on. We threw the ball 5 times. We didn't have a passing touchdown, so we're good there. Rushing-wise, our leader this year was Reds Rebels. 582 yards. Besser would have had him beat, but only played in 9 games. Wololo was up there as well. Paulie and Niles. Again, a lot of people get carries. Our touchdown leader was Reds Rebels as a senior with 4. So, there's that. Receiving-wise, yeah, I mean, literally 2 receptions for 15 yards. Blocking-wise, 1 sack allowed. Roberta, you blew it. You blew it. Defensively, our tackle leader, Kamori Dixon. Also had Premium Bagel up there. Trevor Dunn. Bit of linebacker transfer that we brought in. Tackle for loss leader was Obina Onwuka. We also brought him from the portal last year. And our sack leader was Onwuka with 3.5. Pick leader this year. Oh my god, we only had 2 interceptions. Dixon and Popcorn Chicken with 1 each. Holy shit. And then John Knows went 10 of 17. Of course, only 1 of those misses was for me. So, there you go. The season that was for Toog Lane. Nationally, we had the Yardage King was Jake Merklinger. At Tennessee, over 5,000 yards this year. Super Saiyan at 46. Touchdown leader at 42 was Merklinger. Had 10 picks. Emery Williams went 42-8. And Saiyan went 40-4. Most interceptions, Jashawn Newton. 19. Niles. I mean, you know. Got the Matthew July. I prefer Derek August, but shout out to Matthew. The rushing king was Connor Wallenczak. Wallenczak of Toledo, over 1,400 yards. Wisner from Texas wasn't too bad. TJ Harden was also up there. Touchdown king with 26 was Nebraska's Carson Hansen. I wish you weren't a senior. Please transfer to Toog Lane. That would be great. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Receptions. Yardage king was Mike Matthews, also at Tennessee. That's not surprising. London Humphreys was up there for Georgia. Jeremiah Smith, who again is just insane in this game. He's reached the 99 overall. 5 there. Touchdown leader was Cooper Barkate. Barkate. Same thing. At Duke with 20 touchdowns. I've added the orange, dude. How badly do you want to know? How many seasons do I have to put into a Kent State rebuild without a winning season before it's considered alarming? Like 15 years minimum. Come on now. Have some heart. Have some heart now. Have some heart. Shout out to Dak Attack. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Defense. Chance Johnson, the most tackles. Des Brown, Grant Griffin. Sack leader with 12. Anybody in chat want to try that name? Yeah. Go ahead. I think it's Uiagalelei, if I'm not mistaken. But still. There you go. Who is the pick leader with 9? Elijah Davis. Damn. Damn. Yeah, JC Mateo Uiagalelei. There he is. There he is. I mean, Dak, it provides that extra challenge. I do love a lot of what they've done this year with, you know, making actual programs a little bit more authentic in terms of like the way things feel, especially during intros. But I especially like the ability to make this program absolute dog water out of the gates in terms of being able to have like essentially no benefit outside of proximity, you know, to the school to be able to sell people on. Offensively, we were once again the worst offense in the country at just 9.1 points per game. We had Army and Air Force also down there. We scored just 109 points. I don't think we broke 100 last year, though. Did we? That's not too bad, I think. Offensive yardage, worst in the country. Air Force at 2,900. We were at 21. Yards per game, the only team to average under 200. In fact, Air Force was at 246, basically. And yards per play, the worst in the nation at 3.7. All right. Total rushing yards, we were 6th in the country, though. Behind Air Force, Florida, Hawaii, UCLA, and Navy. Rushing yards per game, up at 180, which was top 6. Rushing touchdowns, just 11. Which was much closer to the bottom in the country. And we had just 97 first downs. Oh my god. Oof. And then defensively, points allowed per game, our defense was in the middle. So, saw a bunch of people this year on Twitter saying how the game sucks because they don't like Ultimate Team. I mean, people said that last year too. People are fucking foolish. We can't stop people from being foolish. If we had an actual passing game, we might actually be okay. Well, fortunately for you, that's not allowed. Fortunately for me, that's not allowed. So in terms of our coordinators, we brought in Pep Hamilton, who's still a level 24, and Dan Ort at a level 14. Hamilton has bits on Motivator, Talent Developer, and Recruiter. I don't think we should lose old Pep Hamilton. I mean, points on Tactician would be nice, too. Let's see. Boost when quarterbacks are drafted. Freshmen and sophomores progress faster. Starting quarterbacks will gain more XP. So he has that for QBs and wideouts. And it has a little bit of a boost for drafting. The problem is, like, I like the idea of starting quarterbacks will gain XP faster. And, I mean, freshmen and sophomores fine, too. That first one is a bit of a waste for us. Like, we are not going to be able to draft anybody or get anybody drafted anytime soon. Motivator, he is focused solely on the offense. Has the offseason training boost for QBs, wideouts, and tight ends. I don't know. And then what does he have for recruiter? Yeah, quarterbacks, running backs, and a bit on the O-line. Quarterback transfers are more interested, increased chance to sway quarterbacks. The thing is, I wish I could see who might be on the market. You know? Like, that's the big thing. I wish I could see who's going to be on the market for offensive coordinators. It would make the decision much easier. With Dan Ort, I mean, he just was solely spec'd in the motivator. He doesn't have off-season boost for anybody right now. So there's certainly a risk-reward in potentially firing these guys and hoping somebody better is out there, even if that doesn't happen. I think Pep Hamilton's really good, but he's not really good for what we're trying to do right now. Right? I feel like we're just, you know, there might be somebody better out there because the whole, hey, when a player gets drafted, like, dude, we're not sending anybody to the pros in the next decade. I think we're going to risk it. It's, again, keyword is risk. Moving on from those two, keyword is very much risk, but we do need to find the perfect coordinators. really help us out here. Obviously, nothing changing there. Hello? I guess that fictional week 16 is still happening. Because we moved the conferences now. London Humphreys of the old Georgia Bulldogs has won the Heisman this year. It's now 2 seasons in a row. We've seen a wideout win it. 115 receptions, almost 1,700 yards, 14 touchdowns. Ryan, continuing the old sub as well. Thank you for that, Ryan. Very, very much appreciated. And all right. Well, we're not leaving, obviously. But if we were to leave... Kent State wants us as an OC, Purdue as a head coach, Wake Forest as an OC, Georgia State as an OC. Again, we're not going anywhere. So, that is fine. Let's take a look at who's out there. Let's see. Look at offensive coordinators first. So Adam Moss of Utah State, Phil Longo, who was at Sam Houston, Georgia State's Dell McCree, Kent State's George Simmons. We got Freddie Wynn also at a Utah State, and Josh Henson, who was at Purdue. Now, obviously, pipeline's probably going to matter more than scheme at this rate, maybe. Let's take a look at Adam Moss here. Get us the Utah pipeline. He is spec'd into Motivator and Scheme Guru. Obviously, Scheme Guru would be nice. It gets us XP for each win. Motivator's not too bad either. I can't see in depth what they have. He does also have Architect. So 400 bonus XP when a player maxes a skill group. That's not bad. What about old Phil Longo? Nope, it'll show us Adam Moss again. I hate that. They need to fix that. Processing time is crazy slow. Longo, specifically on Motivator, has even more out of Scheme Guru. A little bit more on Scheme Guru. Would we rather, I can't even speak, sacrifice a bit on that to be able to spec a little bit more in Architect. What about old Dell McGee? One, two, three. There we go. Dell also has Talent Developer, Motivator. He's very similar to who we just fired, actually. So if I felt like I made a mistake, I had a backup shoot. And then honestly, guys like George Simmons, Wynn, and Henson, I think they're just too low. Yeah, I mean, Simmons is spec'd into nothing but Scheme Guru. I think it's Longo or Moss. Question is, who, though? Longo might have a better pipeline for us, but technically offensive scheme lines up with Moss. And Longo didn't have anything. Architect. I think it's Adam Moss. He does a little bit of everything. He does a little bit of everything. Let's go for old Adam Moss as the offensive coordinator. And what do we have at defensive coordinator? Tavares Bouchard, level 37, Barry Odom, who was with Purdue. And level 31, Trent Bray, who was at Oregon State. Jimmy Rogers at Washington State. And Blonde, James Blonde. Holy, well, clearly we're looking at Odom, Bray, or Rogers. Clearly. Not even a question. Start with old Jimmy Rogers here. Ooh, that's nice. Motivator, Architect, Tactician again. That's pretty nice. Recruiter would be nice, but the problem is I don't start with enough points anyway. Like, it's just... In theory, yes, we would want to start with that, but it's a bit tough. Bray is also spec'd into the same 3 things. Okay. And what about Odom? Ooh, Odom, also the same 3 things, but has a bit on recruiting as well. Yeah, I mean, Barry Odom. He's the guy. If we can get him, he is the guy. That would be a hell of an upgrade, even though his schemes do not line up with what we're doing here at all. It is worth the risk if we can get that to work out for us. The college football playoff bracket national title game in Las Vegas. Akron has made it with an 11-2 record. They'll play Miami. Winner takes on Duke. Bama plays Miss, with Georgia getting the winner. Tulane and Penn State. Winner draws Ohio State. And Pittsburgh against Florida, with the winner taking on UCLA in the Peach Bowl. Some interesting names there for Season 2. Miami's the defending national champs. Definitely an interesting set of names. Didn't expect to see Duke up there. Maybe I should have. I don't know. Yeah, I should have. All right. Let's see if we get our answers about those coordinator upgrades. And I do feel like both would be upgrades. Duke is the new Kansas State in this game. Are they really? Okay. Looking forward to that then. Okay, we got at least one of them. Adam Moss, offensive coordinator. Let's go. Did we also get the DC? Yes, we did. Thank God. All right, so 2 big changes of coordinator, which is great, especially bringing in Barry Odom as a DC. That is fantastic. That is huge for us. No other way to put it. A level 25 OC, a level 37 DC to try and offset a level 3 head coach, which is just atrocious. We're earning points, of course, so slowly. We'll take a look at staff moves now, actually. Let's see. What's going down here? So Kenny Dillingham is the new head coach at Clemson. Spencer Danielson moves from Boise State to Washington. Josh Heupel from Tennessee to Arkansas. Okay. Chris Kleeman moves from Kansas State to Iowa. Dabo moved on to West Virginia after getting fired by Clemson. And Jim Mora takes over at Oregon State, replacing, or after moving on from UConn, while Sam Pittman ended up retiring. You got other people. Tyler Banks became the new head coach at Purdue. Matt Kaiser in at Washington State. TJ Paul. Rich Rodriguez was fired out of West Virginia. He hasn't gone anywhere yet. I didn't see him on the list either. David Braun out at San Jose State. Tim Beck, and of course Jimmy Rogers we already saw. Damn. Damn. All right, let's get an updated look at the playoffs here. Playoffs? So it'll be Miami versus Duke, Bama and Georgia, Tulane and Ohio State, Florida and UCLA. Fair enough. Relatively fair enough. I mean, the biggest surprise there is Tulane, who were ranked number 19, upsetting Penn State. Aside from that, everybody else was at least top 9. Playoffs. All right, let's see how. Said playoffs and out, and we'll take it from there. Said very happy to get those coordinator upgrades. That's huge for us. You know what? We'll just sim to the final week and see who has made it. National title game this year. Will Miami be looking to go back-to-back? The answer is yes. The answer is yes, or is it not? The answer is yes. So the Miami Hurricanes looking to repeat as national champions as they take on UCLA in Las Vegas. As Miami went through Akron, Duke, and Georgia, UCLA passed Florida and Ohio State. Yeah, Hulk, I know. I'm hoping I'll be awake in time. That is my hope. Say, oh, man, it's 3 in the afternoon. It can be risky. Can be risky. All right, let's see. Will it be back-to-back for the U? We've hit level 4. 2 seasons in, and we've hit level 4. Let's go. Our pro potential is completely gone. I don't even know why we had pro potential, but it's completely gone. We have an upgrade point or 2, which is nice. And your national champions will no longer be the Miami Hurricanes, as the UCLA Bruins have won 24-17 UCLA on top of the football world in 2026. So, There it is. UCLA gets it done. And there you go, man. There you go. Miami over Baylor and UCLA over Miami. Deshaun Foster, a national championship winning head coach, where our quick little one season dip our toe into the pool, he got fired. So clearly some different results can happen. Clearly. Damn. All right. Well, before we head into the offseason and try to see what the damage is for players departing, what can we do recruitment-wise? We can still do less time to scout. Let's round out the offense. Let's round out the offense with less time to scout. And we'll also start on the defensive line. Works for me. That works for me. We're making some progress, finally. Posted the joke about, I know it doesn't feel like it, but I promise we're making progress. And it's true, we are. Shocking as it is. Okay, so here we go. It's the worst time of the year. It is time to see who might be leaving good old Toog Lane. We did have a lot of people leave last year in the portal. I didn't go and check who did what elsewhere, but the problem is probably mostly played as backups, you know? So, but here we go. How bad is it going to be in Season 2? Oh, boy. At quarterback, Sergachev is looking to depart, as is Numblegs the 14th. A redshirt freshman and an outright freshman, both looking to transfer. Shit. Running back wise, Sam Besser is gone, so that's our highest rated running back out. Niles may also and will most likely transfer. And Reds Rebels, of course, ends up graduating. Oh, boy. At wideout, 50 and 07. Gone due to brand exposure. While Deeds transfers out to try and win a title. And Kinda Cool Kid Joe graduates as a Blue Moose. At tight end, Pyro is going to transfer out due to brand exposure, while Diet Coco graduates. Left tackle, we say goodbye to Roberta Swerta, the only person to allow a sack in Toog Lane history so far. We say goodbye to Warrior, likely transferring out due to playstyle, while Palms fan ends up graduating. Right guard, 2 more graduates, Altex and Emperor Fun. While at right tackle, we say goodbye to Auntie Beckham, more than likely transferring due to playing style. Fuck. On the edge, Sid's Light and Chris both looking to transfer due to brand exposure. At defensive tackle, Killer Socks looking to transfer due to coach prestige. On the right side, Frank Grimes, Nick Roberts, and Big Nate, all looking to transfer out due to different reasons. All right. Linebacker, we say goodbye to Gym Class Hero, who ends up graduating. On the other side, Garber, looking to transfer out due to conference prestige. At corner, we say goodbye to Kaniak, very likely at least due to coach prestige. While we also lose strong safety Premium Bagel due to graduation. Legend. And, of course, our kicker, old John Nose, has graduated. We don't say goodbye to our punter. So, it's not looking too good. We will try to keep Garber just because the persuasion chance is low. Everyone else is very low or worse. Garber is out. And then aside from that, the highest rated of the very lows, we're going to be looking at trying to keep Frank here. 65 rated and a freshman. And Frank also leaves. That is a hell of a lot of departures, unfortunately, from the Blue Moose. Damn. Damn. Okay, well, our job in the portal just got more difficult. We did land 2-star right tackle out of Buford, Georgia, Connor McKinnon. I prefer Nathan McDavid, but that's fine. Welcome in, Connor. Okay. All right. So, we look at the list. This just got way more difficult. We need one more quarterback. It says we have 4 out of 3 though, and I only have 2 guys on the board. Are there athletes? No. So I don't know what's up with that, where it's saying we have enough. I'm a bit confused by that. 4 out of 3 offensive targets, but we only have 2 on the board. That's a little bit puzzling. I'll look at my roster. A little bit puzzled by that. So we already have 2, and we're adding 2 more. I guess it works then. Yes, it works. Okay, well, first and foremost, is there anybody who is no longer, or is there anybody on the list who we're no longer in first for? We missed out on Daryl Goodley. Okay, everybody else we are in first for. We don't have too many roster spots. I think it's a bit weird. It's saying, like, oh, no, you're good on quarterbacks now. I mean, I guess we need 3 and we have 4, right? I also find it interesting for our offensive set, like, I don't know. I feel like this is bugging out. Maybe there's just something that I'm missing. But it looks like we need 2 wideouts. Maybe it's... Yeah, you're right. Maybe it is the wide receivers that we converted to... Or quarterbacks that we converted to wideout. It's freaking it out. Maybe. We need a tight end. We need apparently 3 guards. 3 outside linebackers. 1 free safety. 2 strong safeties. And we do still need to get so really quickly, I know we're on the prospect list. Is there anybody that we can fight for? Anybody at all? Out of 4 stars that might have interest. There are a couple of 4 stars. Ben Powell, Brett Fasano, and Dominic Treggs. All of their deal breakers are playing time. And we can offer that pretty much more than anybody else in the country. Question is, do we bother fighting for them? I mean, it is 2 running backs and an athlete who's also a running back. Might be worth it. Might be worth it to fight for them. I mean, they'll probably disappear off the list quickly. And they're waiting for a big school to come in, and that hasn't happened yet. Yeah, do you want to never leave the field? And then there's a bunch of 3 stars, including Khalil Speed at tight end, who is interested in coming here. Okay. And then what about the portal? What about the portal? So there's only 1 5-star. It's Micah Hudson at Texas Tech. He's not interested in coming here. 4 stars. Nobody's interested in coming here. 3 stars. There's a couple. DeAndre Robinson, who was at Washington State. He'd only be here for 1 year, but holy shit, would he help. There's Nico Lashley. Who was at TCU, also would be a senior. NC State's Isaiah Shirley, who would also be a senior. And Amaris Williams. But holy shit, would that help out our defense immensely to get those guys. Immensely. I mean, we could go for 2 stars that we're more likely to get, but I think we push for these big names first. So you know what? Yeah, you guys are ending up on the board. And then we're going to go back to the prospects list. And we're going to look at those 4 stars that were interested. And we're going to just try. Like, we might as well try, right? Treggs doesn't want to be here because of playing time, because we added other people to the board that he views as a threat. So honestly, that's okay. That's okay. So DeAndre Robinson, he is just waiting for Cincinnati to say we'll take. But let's fight for him. Why not? Let's fight for him. We have 375 points. We will also fight for Nico Lashley. And if this turns out to be a waste of points, we're still in first for a bunch of other dudes. So we might as well try. And we still have room to add some other 3 stars quickly here, too. But yeah, most of these guys wouldn't be here for long, but that's okay. Let's get this guy on playing time, on a visit. Powell, scholarship, 50 points. And Fasano, scholarship, 50 points. That doesn't leave us with too much left. So those 3-star... Well, if we add some of those 3 stars to the board, we might be okay. So yeah, the visit cost is now based upon where they're located from. So this guy in North Carolina, he'll be cheaper to get on a visit than the dude from Nevada. It's a really nice touch. And that's what a lot of this game is. It's just little things like that that make the experience better. Anything else we can do here? We have so many running backs on the board now. Like, I don't think we put any points on these dudes. I think if they sign with us, they sign with us. Prospect list. There were no 4 stars that wanted to sign here. It was the 3 stars from the portal, right? Hold on. Let me just make sure. I'm trying to remember where those 3 stars are. Star prospects. Okay, that tight end was here. And then I think the portal, it was already... We had already looked at the 3 stars. Leroy, I mean, so far I've been enjoying the gameplay, but I've also been playing the game in a very weird way. But so far, I've been having a really good time. So. Alright, so if we go back... Warrior, what's up, dude? What's up, what's up? Yeah, you know what? Let's go after that tight end as well. We're going to swing for the fences for him. Try to make up ground. I was overthinking simulator. I mean, we won 3 games last year. We nearly won 5 of them. I mean, we're doing all right. All right. So let's get 15 points on him. And then whoever we're in first for, running back, let's try to get the right tackle, Ryan Doss. We'll put 5 points on him. Getting another lineman's pretty important. That's going to be week 1. We're swinging for the fences a little bit, trying to get a little bit more quality in as opposed to quantity. It might backfire, but it's worth a shot. We did land somebody. 2-star kicker, Miguel Fellows. That is going to open up 1 to 2 more spots on our board, which is really nice. We didn't get locked out for any of those fence swinging options either. Okay. Okay. We're looking all right. We're looking better than all right. Genuinely, like the fact we're even alive. So Murray and Hill, you just get rid of them. We only need 1 kicker. Granted, our punter sucks, but more important things to do here. Miguel Fellows, who knows what your name will end up being once chat gets done with you, but there you go. So let's take a look at the board. So Speed has us in first. That is the 3-star tight end from outside of the portal. So the faster we get him on the max points, the better. We are going to keep... Dude, look at the progress right now. Holy. So we're also in first for Brett Fasano. But if any other program is like, sure, come on in, he's leaving us behind. Holy. Holy. No visit ready. Powell. We didn't make up any ground for Powell, so we're going to have to back out for him. 50 points in a scholarship. Nothing happened. We'll take him off the board. Williams. We are in first for him. He's still going to make up some ground, but we're doing okay. Shirley. Same thing. We're in first. We can get him scheduled for a visit, which we'll do. Only costs 20 points because he's in North Carolina. We'll get him on playing time. Lashley. We're in first. Same thing. Yeah, see, 40 points for a visit for him because he's coming from Hawaii. So twice the cost as the guy from North Carolina. But let's get him in here. What does he care about? Is Deal Breakers pro potential? I could hope that playing time is important to him. That's probably my best bet. Or we just wait a week. Pro potential's not the biggest sell. Let's wait a week. That's a lot of points. And then Robinson. Pro potential's at least a B- for him. Let's use the points on him. We'll get him on pro potential. So we're down to 10 points left, but those were all the big names that we were looking for. Everybody else on our board we're still in first for, which is really good. 10 points left. We could, in theory, shell out for other scholarships. So on the prospect list proper, there are 3 stars that still haven't commit somewhere that would listen to us, but nobody that has interest, except for Speed, who we already have. Yeah, there's still a lot of people that haven't commit yet. Or we look at 2 stars that would be willing to come here, because there's a lot of them. A lot of them. And then the portal would also be 2 stars, so at that point, I mean, the only benefit is that they're more developed. They're going to be higher rated than the true freshmen. I think we go for the 3 stars. I think we have to. A lot of these 2 stars. Does anybody have us in first? Quite a few of these guys do have us in first, though. Do we go for the 3 stars that are a bit of a long shot? Or do we go for the 2 stars, either in the portal or on the prospect list proper, that have interest in us? That is the question. That is true. There is a punter upgrade there. I think we aim high. But then again, for a lot of those 3 stars, I don't really have the ability to aim high anymore. Because we have so many points on other people. So maybe we do just base it off of interest now. In which case, 2 stars here would be better than the alternative. Let me see. Murphy as a kicker. I mean, we could move him to a punter. Just get rid of that other guy that we have at punter because we know he's terrible. There's a fullback that's a blocking type. He's a JUCO. That's pretty much it. There's that corner, but he's also a JUCO. You know what? Let's just try to secure what we have already then. Got a couple extra points here. Let's try to get these offensive linemen. Just keep the big points on the bigger names. We'll still have 2 weeks after this. And honestly, if we can land even 1 of the 3 stars, I'd be so happy. We landed somebody. And that's Amani Ogunjobi, one of the offensive tackles, the 2-star. He is the only one, but again, we didn't get locked out for anybody. Missing some guards. We're going to have to move people positions over. All right, let's get rid of those points for Doss for the moment. Life. Those. How are we doing? So we are no longer in first for Tony. I don't really want to battle with Delaware. I don't have the points. If you're gonna pick them, pick them. That's fine. So further down. Robinson, we're still in first. Lashley, we're in first. Shirley, we're in first. Williams, Fasano, and Speed, we are in first for all of them. They are all on the maximum 50 points. Who can we schedule a visit for? We're not going to have enough to be able to pull off sways. This we know. Speed, I don't know if he cares about playing time. Let's see, what's his deal breaker? He cares about playing style. Ooh, that's perfect. All right, visit for tight end Khalil Speed. Get him on playing style. That's perfect. Sano, we're still okay. We can schedule a visit for Lashley. Cares about pro potential. Honestly, let's go for it. It's not the best sell in the world, but we'll go for it. There we go. Gives us 15 points left, and then Robinson, we're already good. Okay, so same thing. More point investments in these better players, including a 4-star athlete, Brett Fasano, who could be an unbelievable difference maker for us unless he leaves after 1 season. So let's again go a couple of points on that tackle, a couple of points on this guy, a couple of points on this guy, and we head to the last week. It's gonna be close, man. This could be huge for us, or this could be a disaster. CWP, what's up? We won 3 games last season, almost 5. Here we go. Okay, 2-star corner, Lester Haslam. We gonna get anybody else? 2-star corner, Reggie Nealon. That's fine. Son of Kevin. That's it, but again, we didn't get locked out for anybody, and we're still in first for the 3 stars. We are still in first for the 3 stars. Last week of off-season recruiting. Get rid of the points for Doss. Try to maximize what we have. Get rid of Rife. Haslam up. Nealon up. Wait, were we still in first for everybody? I think we were. Robinson. We are in first. Only, it depends, like, if Cincy and Nevada ruin it for me.
I'm just trying to walk
the Zig mover grass. For the follow as well. Welcome in. Thank you for that. Nico Lashley, we're in first. Shirley. Williams. Fasano. Oh, my God. Michigan State. And Speed. Unless a team takes a swipe at these players at the last second, we might get them. It would be our first groups of 3 stars and potentially our first 4-star. So the big question is... Just Speed. No, his brother. God. Is it worth throwing last-second scholarships with these 75 points onto anybody else? There's nobody else out of the big names that we can send a visit for. Do we just try to secure the 1 stars with a couple extra points? I mean, I feel like if they're going to sign, they're going to sign. If they don't, they don't. Is there anybody else that we can just send a last-second Hail Mary scholarship to? We know the 4 stars should be gone at this point. Obviously, we're looking prospect list first. Ben Powell and David Bacchiella. Out of nowhere... They both care about playing time. Might we be able to steal these last 2 dudes? Every 5-star is gone. But Powell and Bacchiella, neither of them have a single offer. I mean, it does say that Bacchiella has offers, but I mean, they're not even in his top 5. We throw scholarships to these 2 and invest in as much points as we can. I have to take Powell off of the list. Powell and Fasano still view each other as competition. Powell cannot be on the list. Wait, what is Fasano still pissed about? You gotta be kidding. What if I take off Bacchiella? Okay, we can't go for them, otherwise we lose Fasano. And I know we have a ton of competition there from Michigan State, but we are in first. We can't risk it. We cannot risk it. We just have to hope that we get Fasano. Too good to be true. Too good to be true. I don't think there were any 4 stars left from the portal that were interested. I can't get him on a visit because he's not, he hasn't gone down to his final 5. 3 stars out of the portal. There's nobody else we can target. There were the random 3 stars from the prospect list that we could still go for. Quite a few of them, in fact. It's 1 3-star quarterback. In Ezike, who we were already looking at. Like, this guy's right there. We're putting him back on the board. He has no other offers from anybody else. We built this guy up all season. I know it's another quarterback, but whatever, man. Let's get this guy. You could argue, yeah, you could argue the 50 points aren't even worth it. The scholarship might be enough, but it is a 3-star. We'll think about what we want to do with him. What else do we have for other 3-stars here? We clearly don't need another running back. But I just want to see who's there. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of them that are running backs. I cannot afford to piss off that one dude. There's a couple of fullbacks, which, again, we do have a formation that is based around being able to use some fullbacks. Are blocking and utility the only type? Looks like it. But we don't absolutely need fullbacks, so we can avoid. Apparently, we need wideouts. Quite a few wideouts as well. So you know what? What if we go to strong safety first? No more strong safeties. What about free safeties? No more free safeties. What about corners? No more corners. It's like all offensive players. Middle linebackers. There are quite a few middle linebackers. Gregory Raymond and Corbin Donahue being in the pipeline is pretty nice. Outside linebacker, we have nobody in the pipeline. Now, will that pipeline rating help us when we can't really work on it? That's the other question. No defensive tackles. A couple of defensive ends. Okay. Honestly, let's go with Raymond and Donahue. Anybody at center that we can just throw in there? There are centers, but nobody in the pipeline. No guards left. What about tackles? No tackles left. Tight ends. Speed was the only one out of a pipeline. Wideouts. We have Jamerson Power. Out of a pipeline, we got Bruce Cox, Enrique Granger, Hugh Carapateas. Okay. And then could add a fullback, honestly. Can't add a running back. Probably should add, can't add another quarterback. What if we go for the utility style fullback? Be the only one. So again, for all these dudes, if they sign, cool, whatever. There is this 3-star quarterback. I don't think we need to put the 50 on him, right? Maybe we just do like the 20-point soft sell on what we got going on there. Maybe that'll be enough. And then from there, we're just sending out scholarships and hoping for a miracle. All we can do is send out scholarships, hope for a miracle that is enough for some of these dudes to sign last minute. Gonna leave us with 15 points. So we only have one other spot that we could use anyway. Let us go down. ZK is already on the 20. We have the most interest in already. All right, you know what? We do need the lineman, though, so let's go 5 points on Doss, 5 points on Reef, and we desperately need a safety, so let's go 5 points on Zambrano. EA gods, I am begging you. I am begging you. Razor duly noted. Please, this could be insane for us. This could be insane. Please. Three-star edge, Isaiah Shirley. That is 1 3-star down. 3-star edge, Amaris Williams. We have stolen some 3-stars at the last minute. 3-star quarterback Robert Ezike. It was good to add you back to the list last minute. 2-star running back Ted Timmerman. Oh boy. Oh boy. 2-star right tackle Ryan Doss. Where's some of those bigger names, please? 2-star right tackle Taekwon Reif. 2-star safety Elias Zambrano. 2-star safety Travis McCracken. 2-star running back Markel East. 2-star running back Kenyon Goodley. 2-star running back David Blazengame. Running back Zach Rocha. LA, we brought in a lot of running backs, didn't we? I didn't think we were going to get all these guys, but that's okay. We can move people to wide out. And quarterback. A lot of running backs in there. Got the 3-star tight end speed. Let's go. Got the 3-star linebacker Lashley. Lashley, come on. Got the defensive tackle DeAndre Robinson. 2-star corner Patrick Dingle. 4-star athlete Brett Fasano. Tug Lane steals a 4-star in just 2 seasons. Come on. We have hope until he transfers at the end of next year.